strength challenges, but there has to be. There is lots of competitors. As you've seen during the past shows, there's a lot of different guys that come out. These guys have to work hard. They're always great shows. Stay tuned. Up next from Schoenbeck, Germany on the All Strength Challenge, more great international competition. Okay, All Strength fans, here we go. It's the German Championship 1999 coming to you from Schoenbeck, Germany. You're going to see some of Germany's best going at it. Two-day event starting out with 18 competitors. On the first day, we're going to see some carry and drag, the crucifix hold, and then the stones. On the second day, moving down to 10 qualified athletes, it will be the Hercules hold, the weight for height, the bench press, and the car roll. This should prove to be a great competition. Germany's best, and they're vying for some international recognition here. Let's find out who Germany's top athlete for 99 is. There you see the athletes entering. Now you've seen some of these guys before. Uli Schwartz, Humboldt, Peter Henschman. There's big Uli Schwartz. Lots of athletes. Karsten Kuhn. This is going to be Germany's best. This should be proved to be a great event. You guys have been great fans of these international competitions. Keep the emails coming, but right now, stay tuned for great international action from Schoenbeck, Germany.
Outdoor Life Network. Face the elements.
Okay, All Strength fans, the first event up in the qualifiers will be the carry and drag. Now we've got a 260-pound tire and then a 650-pound tire with two of the cheerleaders on it. 110 pounds each, 650 and 220. Here's the first two athletes. They're going at it. As you can see, trying to get the front end of that tire up a little bit. Take some of the friction off when you've got all that rubber on the ground, plus the weight. Makes it a tough event. Gonna try and get that off the ground, less friction. Let's see how these guys do. Here's Martin Muir. He's part of Manfred's team, usually putting these events together. He's competing to see if he can be Germany's strongest man, 1999. He's going well there. That's him on the far lane. There he goes. Pulling this back 20 meters, 770 pounds. Just about at the timeline. They've got 90 seconds to complete this. Martin is almost done. And there's time. Martin Muir, 18.40 meters. Almost completing the course. Let's see if somebody can complete the course. Great effort. Franz Biel and Peter Henschman, you've seen them before here on the All Strength Challenge. They're going well, no problem with that 260-pound tire. Now the drag back. Let's see how these athletes do. Getting set, trying to get that strap locked in as best as possible and get the front of that tire up so there's no friction. Most of the weight is at the back there, as you can see, so even when they're lifting the front, there's still plenty of drag there, trying to find the best grip possible. Front slipping there, looking for the finish line. This 20 meters is proving to be a long course. 90 seconds to do it. Here's Peter Henschman, body weight of only about 225 pounds, but a true strength athlete. He's proven himself in German competitions before. These guys' time almost running out. Definitely getting tired. That's time. As you can see, Franz Biel not pleased with his distance of 9.9 meters. Peter Henschman going a little further, 10.14 meters. There's head referee Heinz Olisch offering some condolences to Franz Biel, not pleased. Now, most of these athletes are amateur athletes. That's why you don't see big Heinz Olisch in this competition. Internationally, he has represented Germany for many, many years. This is giving some of the other athletes opportunities, including guys like Lou Humboldt. Here they go. Once again, no problem with that 260-pound tire. Taking some time. They want to get hooked up properly. Drag this back. There goes Big Uli Schwartz. Very tall. This might assist him in this event. Getting the front of that tire off the ground. The less drag, the better it is. Let's see how Big Uli Schwartz does. Big U Humboldt. Both of these men well over 300 pounds. Uli Schwartz is about 6'7". Oh, U goes down there. Tough event. Once again, time is running short. Still over half of this course to complete. Once again, this is the first event in the qualifiers. 18 athletes do this event. Well, there's their time. Uli Schwartz with a distance of 8.25 meters. U Humboldt with a distance of 8.35 meters. Tough event. There's two more events for these guys to qualify. In first place in the carry and drag, Martin Muir with a distance of 18.4 meters. Guido Bischoff with a distance of 11.71, and Mario Yetka with a distance of 11.31 meters. Next up, the crucifix hold.
Surf the mountain.
Okay, All Strength fans, the next event up in this qualifier will be the crucifix hold. Here's Martin Muir getting ready. Arms completely extended, parallel to the ground, 26 pounds in each hand. Let's see how Martin does in the second qualifying event. His time has started. Head referee Heinz Olisch will keep an eye to make sure those arms stay straight out, that he doesn't bend them at the elbow. Athlete wants to keep breathing. Martin has good focus here. Not a lot of guys train for stagnant strength, keeping a particular limb or muscle in one particular area. Martin seems to be doing okay here. I would think with these weights, you would have to be well over a minute to win this event. Martin seems to be fading. There's his time, Martin Muir, 44.44 seconds. Next up here will be Franz Beal, and we've seen Franz do this event before on the All-Strength Challenge. He's got big shoulders, great overhead presser. Let's see how he does today with this crucifix hold. Good concentration. Head referee Heinz Olisch, keep an eye on him. Telling him to straighten his left arm. This is a tough event to judge. That's why they use the same judge all the way through. So you're using the same eye. Be as fair as possible. Keeping those arms straight and parallel. Franz starting to shake a little bit. And he's at the end of his time. Franz Beal with a time of 1 minute 10.9. 1 minute 10.9 for Franz Beal. There's Uli Schwartz awaiting his turn. But next up here, Mario Yetka. Command from Heinz Olisch. There he goes. Breathing is very important in this event. Sounds funny, but some guys will actually forget to breathe. Need to have a nice steady breath, focus on something straight out in front, and hold those weights nice and even and parallel. Heinz asking the right arm to go up a little bit there. Mario breathing very well, quite focused. A couple verbal commands to himself. Make sure he's in the mindset. There's the time. Mario Yetka, 1 minute 12.63. 1 minute 12.63 for Mario. Next up here, Big Uli Schwartz. Uli is 6'7". I can't imagine with the length of these levers that this is an easy event. The longer the lever, the harder it is. Let's see how Big Uli does. His time is set. The referee will be keeping a close eye on those long arms to make sure they're parallel with the ground. Uli's found a focus point. Just breathing through his nose. I don't know if he's getting enough oxygen in those big lungs. Those weights are getting heavy on those long arms. As you can see, he's starting to struggle a little bit. Fighting it right to the very end. Right to the very end. Great effort by Uli Schwartz at 1 minute 9:37. 1 minute 9:37 for Uli Schwartz. So after the second event in the first day qualifier, your results are as follows. Huub Messner, 1 minute 25:41. Oliver Rampra, 1:22:26. And Ralph Weiberger, 1:12:87. Next up is the Atlas Stones. Okay, the next qualifying event will be the Atlas Stones. The first two athletes up will be Uli Schwartz and Huub Humboldt. There's Big Uli and Huub Humboldt. Moving right along here. Now these stones are 120, 130, 140, 150, and 160 kilos. That was the third stone for Huub. Now we're over back looking at Uli Schwartz. And he gets the stone up. He's got an advantage. With those long arms, he's one of the few guys in the world that can actually lock his fingers on the other side of those stones. There's Uwe Humboldt with stone number 4. He's moving on to the 160 kilogram stone, 352 pounds. Uli Schwartz working on stone number 4. He got his arms locked. Now it's just being able to squat up that 150 kilo stone. Uwe Humboldt working on the 160. And he says, no, that's enough. Let's see if Uli Schwartz can get number 4 up. He's got a good lock on that stone, but just couldn't straighten it out. Will he give it one more go here? And I think he's saying enough is enough. So Uli Schwartz, 32.06 for 3 stones, and Uwe Humboldt, 41.36 for 4 stones. Fans are still pleased with that. I'm sure we'll see all 5 stones go up by somebody here. Franz Biel and Oliver Rumpe. Let's see how they do. No problem with the first stones. Franz Biel up with the second. Now, as you can see, he's a little shorter. Having some difficulty. There's Oliver working on stone number 3. 140 kilos. 309 pounds. Both of these guys working on stone number 3. I'm telling you from experience, unless you practice with these stones, it's tough. Now, Franz Biel seems to think that that shirt is giving him some hindrance. Lots of guys do this, press the stone right against the body so you can get the feel for it. He's got a great grip on it. He's just locking in height a little bit there, having problems with that third stone. Both of these guys plugging away on that 140 kilogram stone. Franz Biel, one more crack. This 140 kilograms, 309 pounds. And now he's just too tired from lifting that stone about 4 times. So that's it for Franz Biel and Oliver Rumpe, just 2 stones. Next up in the Atlas Stones will be Mario Yetka and Peter Henschman. Now, Peter Henschman is only about 5'10" and just over 220 pounds, but he just loves these stones, and the crowd loves to watch him do it. There's Mario moving on to the second stone. He's got the height advantage. Stone number 4 for Peter already. Peter Henschman. And he pops it up there. Mario working on stone number 3. Peter Henschman, and there's stone 3 for Mario. Peter Henschman, stone number 5, 160 kilos, just about twice his weight, and he gets it. Very, very pleased, and the crowd is pleased. Peter Henschman, all 5 stones in 1 minute 3:56. Next up here is Martin Muir. He's going alone, and he's got an incredible time going. Just an incredible effort. All 5 stones in 17.05 seconds. I almost missed it there. It was so quick. Martin Muir, great, great athlete. Martin has loaded these stones many times for Manford. So there you go, the 3rd event in the qualifier. Martin Muir, all 5 in 17.05. Peter Henschman, 103.56 for 5 stones. And Uwe Humboldt, 4 stones in 41.36. So there you go, All Strength fans, your qualifier for the second day. Coming up next, the second day of the competition. Okay, All all-strength fans, here we go into the second day with the 10 strongest men in the competition so far. We've got 4 more great events on the second day. First up here is the Hercules Hold. Guido Bischoff is up first. 2 2,600-pound Mercedes on a 9% grade. You've got to hold him there as long as you can. Concentration for Guido Bischoff. The first up, he has to set the mark. And there's his time. Guido Bischoff with a time of 9.3 seconds. He set the first mark. Let's get right into the next athlete, Karsten Kuhn. Just getting the vehicle set. He wants to make sure his arms are out nice and straight so that when they release the brakes, it's not a big pull. There he goes. Concentrating hard. 2 Mercedes 4-wheel drives on about a 9 to 11% grade, it looks like. He's just focusing hard. Great grip so far. The crowd really appreciated it. There's his time. Karsten Kuhn, 21.06 seconds. 21.06 seconds. Great, great effort by Karsten Kuhn. Next up in this Hercules Hold will be Hagen Romer. There he goes. He's into it right away. Seems to be struggling right away. This is a tough, tough event. Not many guys train their grip very much. He's doing well. He's got a great time going here. Struggling hard for every last second. Hagen Romer. And there's his time, 20.27 seconds. Next up, you've seen him many times. Getting set by the head referee, Heinz Olisch, Franz Biel. Now he'll get these trucks set. You want to make sure that your arms are nice and straight. As you can understand, if you've got slack, it'll just pull it right out of your hands. Franz Biel has got a great grip. See how he does here. Focusing very hard. He's shorter, so his arms are straighter across. That makes it better. Great time, great crowd support. Franz Biel, and there's his time, 24:22. He's the new leader in this event.
Was hat Franz Biel gemacht? 24.
Next up will be a young guy fairly new to the sport, Oliver Rampe.
Weil die ganze Haut von den Fußsohlen abgezogen wurde. Hatte es versucht, barfuß zu machen, weil der Boden so kritisch war.
He qualified. He deserves to be here. New into the sports. Manfred said he's got great potential. Let's see how he does on this car hold. And his time is done already. 3.11 seconds. 3.11 seconds. He's still got lots of training to come. He's new to the strongman, training in the gym. A lot of these guys do not train their grip strength. You can guarantee he'll be working on it for next year. Next up here will be Big Uli Schwartz. If this guy's arms were any longer, he could just grab the bumpers of the trucks. Hopefully when he stretches them out, they'll still be on the ramps. Here goes Uli. He's ready. Bending down nice and low so those arms are straight across. An even pull is very, very important in this event. Concentrating hard, breathing. Got a great time going here. Uli Schwartz, looking to be Germany's strongest man, 1999. He's got a great hold going. And there's his time. 35.36 seconds. 35.36 seconds. That's over 11 seconds over the current leader. Big Uli Schwartz in the lead. He's pleased with that. Next up will be Martin Muir. A great, great competitor. Been doing this for about 4 years, 5 years. Supplies a lot of the equipment to these events. He's familiar with it. He's a lean athlete, but very, very strong. Pound for pound, probably one of the strongest men in Europe. Let's see how he does here. Very, very focused. The time to beat, 35-36, just set by Uli Schwartz. And he comes in at 31.93. 31.93 for Martin Muir. Very respectable time. Uli knows he's still got the lead. A little bit nervous. A couple great athletes still coming up. Next one here, Peter Henschman. Nice and low to the ground. Seems fairly focused. Let's see how his grip is. No, gave out a lot earlier than he wanted. Peter Henschman with a time of 10.81. Your last competitor here in this Hercules hold with these two Mercedes will be Mario Yetka. These Mercedes trucks are about 2,800 pounds apiece. They're on about a 9-degree ramp. Mario Yetka holding the time to beat. Uli Schwartz, 35.36. And Mario falls short with a time of 18.70. 18.70 seconds for Mario Yetka. Great event. That's the first event in the final round. There you see Mario giving it another effort. After the first event, Uli Schwartz, 35.36 for first place. Martin Muir, 31.93. And Franz Biel, 24.22. Coming up next, the weight for height.
Lonely Planet. Exploration with attitude. Discovering your planet with a sense of humor. It's what the Outdoor Life Network is all about. Join our cast of intrepid travelers as we invite you to take off to a new world of location-led travel adventure. Lonely Planet, tonight at 10 on the Outdoor Life Network.
At Kia, fourth leader.
Okay, the next event up is the weight for height. This is a 51-pound tire, throwing it over a high bar. First up is Karsten Kuhn. We're going to show you some successful throws at 3.80 meters. Up and over for Karsten. Next up with this 51-pound tire will be Franz Biel. 3.8 meters. Setting up Franz Biel. Up and over. 14 feet. Next up, Uli Schwartz. At 6'7". He's halfway there with those big long arms. Let's see how Uli does. Should do well in this event with his height. Takes a little bit of technique. And up and over, no problem at 3.8 meters. Now on the opposite end of the scale, Peter Henschman at 5'10". His attempt at 3.8 meters. Here goes Peter setting. As you can see, shorter legs, hard to get that tire through. Need that big action. Lots of power from that young athlete. Peter Henschman successful at 3.80 meters. Next up will be Mario Yetka. 3.8 meters, 14 feet. Didn't like the way that was going. Reset. Up and just over for Mario at 3.8 meters. Got to be pleased with that. Let's have a look, see how close that was. It's just hanging there. Could have went either side, but successful for Mario Yetka. Next up, Hu Humboldt, and he's over at 3.8 meters. Okay, we're going to move up a couple heights here, and we'll show you the throwers moving up to 4.10 meters. First up at 4.10 meters, Uli Schwartz. And no, he had the power there, but it hit on the way up, almost knocking those bars over. So Uli will get a second attempt at 4.10 meters. Next up, Martin Muir at 4.10 meters. Great athlete, great technician, very technical and strong man, and no problem up and over at 4.10 meters for Martin Muir. Uli Schwartz, second attempt if he wants to stay in this event. The weight for height, he's got to clear this at 4.10 meters. And he gets it right that time. Uli is clear at 4.10 meters. Moving these standards up again. Now up to 4.3 meters. First up here, Martin Muir. Up and over for Martin. Great effort. It's just between Martin and Uli now. 4.3 meters. Uli Schwartz needs to make this height in order to stay in this competition with Martin. Let's see how he does. .3 meters. Just over 15 feet. 51-pound tire. Up and no, not successful. Great effort by Uli. And there you see Martin's winning throw in the weight for height, the 51-pound tire. In first place, Martin Muir at 4.3 meters, Uli Schwartz at 4.1 meters, and then there was a five-way tie for third place. Okay, here's the bench press. And as you're about to see, he's under a 780-pound Harley Davidson with a 115-pound girl sitting on the handlebars, the equivalent to about a 265-pound bench. First up, Karsten Kuhn. Referee watching for full lockout. And then there's a block on the bottom. Must touch the block each time. Karsten Kuhn going well. Little unstable there. 265 pounds. Taking a little breather. Let's see how many he can get out here. Karsten Kuhn is done at 20 reps with 265 pounds. Great looking event. Bench pressing a motorcycle with a model on the front. 265-pound bench press. Karsten Kuhn sets the mark at 20. Here's Franz Biel. Franz Biel loves any event that's pressing, does very, very well in overhead press. Let's see how he does here in the bench. He's got a great rhythm going here, nice and smooth. Taking a little breather. Karsten Kuhn set the mark at 20. I don't think Franz Biel is going to have a problem beating that. Trying to get out of the last few reps here, make his mark. There he goes, one more, Franz Biel. Does he get another one in him? Referee asking him to lock it out. And that's it. Franz Biel with 25 reps. Great, great effort. 25 reps for Franz. That's the new leader. Next up, Oliver Rump. Spotters getting set once again. This press is the equivalent of about 265 pounds. Franz Biel in the lead with 25. Oliver Rump going here, looking to beat it, make his mark as a new strongman. There's his girlfriend, pacing very frustrated. Wants to see Oliver do well. He's got a fairly good pace going here. Let's see if he can keep it up to beat 25 reps set by Franz Biel. Resting in the up position. Trying to muster up the energy for one more. Can't lock it out. And he's done 19 reps for Oliver. Great, great effort. And here we go, Big Uli Schwartz. Now this could not be a good event for this guy. Very, very long arms. Has to extend any further than anybody else. And he actually makes that look like a very narrow grip. And you guys out there training know from experience, it's a lot easier to do it with a little wider grip. But Uli Schwartz is a true champion. Let's see how he does here. Once again, the number to beat is 25 by Franz Biel. Big Uli getting reset, trying to press out a few more. Right to the last ounce of effort. Trying to get one locked out. And there's one last one. He says he wants another one. And he's not going to lock it out. 16 for Uli Schwartz. Let's have another look at the effort this guy put into this. There it is. Trying to get one more out. Big Uli Schwartz. Only 16 reps. So the bench press, Franz Biel, 25. Karsten Kuhn with 20. Oliver Rump and Peter Henschman in third place with 19. The last event is the car roll, coming up next.
A million uses and counting. The new 210 horsepower supercharged Nissan Xterra. Still everything you need, nothing you don't.
ABC.
My name's Peter.
Kyla.
I'm Mike.
Just call me D.
You can say I'm pretty shy.
I can be a little gullible.
I'm pretty easygoing.
Little wacky Jackie.
Sometimes I'm lazy.
I'm odd.
Thanks to my wife, I'm a lot more open.
I love my daughters.
I just had a baby.
I sell teddy bears.
I'm a big teddy bear.
I have a boyfriend.
I'm single. I'm currently looking.
I love people who make me laugh.
Oh,
There she goes.
Esquire.
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 Alternate attitudes, alternate lifestyles, alternate adventures.
It's gonna be hard.
Take an alternate route to your next destination. Tomorrow at 9 Eastern on the Outdoor Life Network.
Okay, here it is, the final event, the car roll. Peter Henchman up first. Now, this is a 15-meter course, and however many rolls it takes you, got to be as efficient as possible to roll this car down 15 meters. First up is Peter Henchman. He's got this car going. Any part of the car crosses the line, and there's his time. Peter with a time of 22.72. Very pleased with that. Next up in the car roll, Martin Muir. Very, very quick athlete. And as you can see, Martin moving very quickly. Any part of this car across the line, and there it is across the line. 17.80 from Martin Muir. There you see him going at it very hard, very quick. And he's very pleased with that time. Next up in the car roll, Franz Biel. Let's see how he does. Having a little bit of a tough time. Momentum is very important to get this 1,900-pound car to roll. Once you get it over, you got to keep on pushing it, keep that momentum going. And Franz having a little bit of difficulty with that, leaning right across this car. Got to go 15 meters, and it crosses the line at a time of 27.15. Next up, Big Uli Schwartz. Let's see how he does. He's got the long levers and the experience, rolling this 1,900-pound car end for end for 15 meters. And there's the finish line at a time of 17.56, and he wins that event. Big Uli Schwartz, very pleased, wins the car roll. Great effort, and getting a little appreciation from the crowd, and giving some back to the crowd, which is great to see. These European fans really appreciate this sport, out to support these guys. And Uli Schwartz giving a little bit back. There's his coach and good friend and his girlfriend close behind. He's very pleased with that event. Let's have another look. Just long levers, keeps the momentum going. Uli wanted to have a look at it right away. There he is in the mobile editing unit, taking a look at it. And he's very pleased with his efforts.
Uli, du hast die Bilder jetzt noch mal gesehen. Sag was dazu.
And he feels great. He's been training hard. This has been a goal of his for many years, to be the German champion. Now he's done it. Everything just seemed to fall together today. And he's very pleased with his efforts. He can't believe it. So there you go, the car roll. Uli Schwartz with a time of 17.56. Martin with a time of 17.80. And Peter Henchman, 22.72. Great event. There you see Martin Muir, second place winner for the 1999 German Championship. And your champion, 1999, Germany's strongest man, Uli Schwartz. Massive man, is 6'8", 300 pounds. Great competitor, great athlete, and just a great individual. Good to see him as a champion. And There he holds his trophy high. Another great event here on the All Strength Challenge. Schoenbeck, Germany, and the Germany Cup 1999. There's your champion, Uli Schwartz. That's it for this week on the All Strength Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week from Berlin, Germany. A great international competition from a great location.
Kämpft. Er wird natürlich mit dabei sein unter den ersten diesem Sportgrün. Und da freut er sich. Sehr schnell unterwegs. Der Brady. Wird auf dieses angekommen. Baumstamm 26 Mal gedrückt und war damit überragend sicher. Der oberbayerische Meister im Band.